Welcome everyone, my name is Simone and my channel is all about organization, lifestyle and planners. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe. So as you would see today, my video is all about planners, and as you would see by the title, it's all about my planner setup for the new month. So I will be looking or going through all of the things I do at the beginning of the month to set my planners up for productivity, journaling, all of the things. This is a hobby for me, so I have multiple planners and I use multiple planners for different things. Of course, this does not need to be what you do. You can use one book for all of these things if you like. Just take the bits of it that you want to incorporate, that inspire you, and use it in your own unique way and in a way that's suitable for your lifestyle and the amount of time you have and that kind of thing. So stay tuned to the rest of the video where I'll be going through all of the planners and how I set it up, and I will be switching over to a voiceover now. So this first planner I have is the Hobonichi Cousin, and I use this in conjunction with a notebook when I set up for the new month. So this is me just showing you the layout. There's a yearly overview that I have certain things that I want to track. And then there's also this other yearly overview where I track my steps, the main events for the month, and then I also track my top 10 to-do lists for the month as well. I usually update this layout daily/weekly to put in my steps and that kind of thing daily. And then in this book, there's also a monthly layout that I put my main events for the month, and this I enter as the month goes along. So I don't have anything to fill out for August just yet because the month hasn't started. And then there's a weekly overview, and this is where I write down my to-do list for the day based on my top 10 goals for the month. I love to use stickers and highlighters and stuff, so I've filled out a lot of the pages for August already. So all I have to do is to begin writing in them as the weeks go by. So with this layout, I have to decide what my top 10 goals are for the month, and then I know what daily actions, what daily to-do lists I need to write in each day on these pages. This planner also has a daily section that I do journaling in, and at the end of the month I do some reflections as well to kind of go over the month and see what things happened and what things I'm looking forward to in the new month. Daily I write in self-care items, gratitude, and then I also have daily prompts so that I can journal every day as well. I'm using the Coffee Monster's co-washi tape on this week here. And then, as I said, I do some journaling and reflections at the end of the month in my journaling section, just so I could kind of reflect and adjust as necessary. And I also assess, my top 10 goals and what was done and what wasn't done as well. So one of the most important things that I do to set my planner up for the new month is to decide what are my top 10 goals for the month. And these I usually divide into personal/health related things, and then career and work related things. And this is just to make things easier in terms of brainstorming what I actually want to achieve. Of course, I love to use stickers and to make things look pretty, just so I can enjoy the process a little more. And so I'm using these stickers as headers when I'm, writing or brainstorming what my goals would be for the month of August. So usually my top 10 goals don't differ too much from month to month. So for the most part, I carry over my goals from month to month, depending on what's happening in terms of my career, or maybe if I make some adjustments with my health goals, things may change. But for the most part, my goals remain the same, and so there's not many changes that I have to make, depending on what works, what doesn't work, in the previous month. I may adjust, just to ensure that I'm more successful. But as I said again, for the most part, things remain, more or less the same. So here I am filling out the goals for the month. For the most part, it's split 50-50 in terms of 50% health goals or slash personal goals and 50% career and work. But for this month in particular, I am planning and doing quite a few things for the month of August in work slash career. So there were six goals related to career and work, and only four related to health slash personal. And of course, from month to month, this varies, depending on what's happening. So once I figure out and confirm what my top 10 goals are, of course, before the end of the month, I can change and adjust things. But once I figure out what they are, then I write them into my planner as I'm doing here, so that I can refer to it throughout the month. And when I'm writing my to-do list for the day, I could refer to this list as well, so I could keep track of what my goals are and what is the appropriate action step each day to get closer to that. So now you see here on my weekly section, when I am filling out my to-do list, I am just referring to that list to be able to know what daily actions and what will be my top priorities for the week and that kind of thing. And now we're moving on to my business planner, and I use the Acōshia weekly productivity workbook slash planner for this. So I got this later down in the year, about April or May. So this is a relatively new planner that I'm using, and I just wanted another slash separate space to record and to plan, business and work related things. So I decided to use this planner. It also has a monthly section where I put the top or the main things happening in my business for the month here as well. Then there's also a dashboard page where I write my top business goals as well. There's space for 3 things. Most times there's more than that. I also have space for projects and to-dos. Those are the main things happening for the month. And then there's also space for a morning and evening routine. Those aren't usually things that I particularly write in and follow, but it's there if I decide I want to. And then there's also space for habit tracker, and I've tracked my posting on social media here before. I'm not really consistent with it because I'm pretty good at remembering and posting every day, and I also do that digitally as well. So it's not something that I really do religiously in this book. And then this is how the weekly dashboard looks. There's space for your top priorities, your professional and personal must-dos. And then there's also a personal section where you can record your workouts and also your meal plans and what meals you're having for the week. I haven't really kept up with that because it's just a lot for me to record. So I'm taking note of all of those things as I make my decision for 2025 in terms of what planners I'm using. And then this is the daily or the weekly section, and this is where I put my business to-do list for the day, and this is what I use when I am sitting down and I need to know what I need to do for my business every day. This is the planner that I use. In this planner, there's also space to review the month as well, to assess your goals, to look at what has worked and what worked and what hasn't worked. And then there's also a kind of fun page where you can record your favorite book or show, movie, that kind of thing as well. So that's my business planner, the Acōshia Weekly Productivity Workbook. Then this is my Hobonichi Weeks, and this is my social media planner. This is actually, if you watch my mid-year planner review, this is one of the books that I won't be using in 2025 because it's a little redundant. I realized that all the things that have been recording in this book, I can record in my business planner, and it also is redundant because I use digital apps to record social media as well. So I realized that it's not something I particularly need, but I'm planning to use it for the rest of 2024 regardless. And so this is where I write down all my social media posts for the week. I have 2 platforms, and so I use it to keep track of that. For my Dr. Simone page, I have all the things that I post each day, and then for Perfectly Placed / it's Simone Janina as well, I write down all of the things that I posting for each day, and it helps me to really keep track of what I'm posting, what days I didn't post, and to see how consistent I am. So now that I've shared with you all of the things that I do to set up my planner at the beginning of the month, I would like to share with you some final thoughts. If you want to get into planning and you haven't had experience with being really consistent with using your planner, one of the things that I find really helps is making using a planner a part of your routine. So your morning or evening routine, or both, include using your planner in one of them. So in the morning, the first thing, you may do your exercise, whatever it is your morning routine looks like before you actually start to work. Include reviewing or writing your to-do list for the day into your routine so that you ensure that you stay consistent with it and it becomes part of just how you operate as well. That's a great way to stay consistent with it throughout the month and to ensure that you stay organized with everything that you have to do. Important thing that I want to share as well is to make it as personalized as possible. Of course, I use all of these planners to get things done. From year to year, I realized that I don't really need some things. A planner that I thought would have worked may not work really for my lifestyle. It may be redundant. It may not be exactly what I need. So really paying attention, finding inspiration, of course, but really paying attention to what you actually need for your lifestyle. I may show you 3 different planners that you can use, but you realize, okay, I just need one because my life just calls for one. Maybe if I keep more than one aspect of my life into one book, it may become too cluttered and disorganized, and I really would like 2 books one may be for work and one may be for family life that may work well for you. So really personalize your planner to meet your needs and your style as well. So you can use a notebook and use the same layout that I used in my journaling section if you really like the setup of the journaling section, but you don't want to buy this same planner to be able to do that. So using notebooks as well is a great option, and personalizing it to your needs. So that's why it's like dot grid notebooks and those kinds of things come in. You can do bullet journaling as well. So personalizing it for your needs and that kind of thing helps you to be able to stay consistent. The thing I would like to share is the importance of reviewing your planner. So I know a lot of us, sometimes we make notes, we make plans for the month or the week, and then we don't go back to the planner and really look at what needs to be done. So that's why, back to my first point of using a planner a part of your routine is important, because it helps you to review what you actually have to do, and it also helps you to be able to know, okay, if this planner is working for you or not, because you're actually using it and seeing what shortcomings and what works and what doesn't work. So reviewing and updating your planners help you to use it consistently, and to also use it throughout the year, because I know a common thing is that sometimes we use a planner for maybe part of the year, and by December, you haven't used it for months, right? So it helps in that way too. I hope this video was helpful. Of course, this was just an overview. If there's anything in particular about any of the planners or the way that I approach any planning in particular that you would like to see in the videos, ask a question, leave a comment if you would like. And I hope you enjoyed this and this was helpful and you're able to get inspiration and motivation from it as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what planners you're using this year, if you're still using the planner that you chose in January. If you're kind of falling off with it, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.